Audience members with disabilities at Playwrights Horizons was as low as 1%, and we wanted to build that because Playwrights Horizons is about making sure that theater belongs to everyone. Playwrights Horizons is an off-Broadway theater company in New York City. We were founded in 1971, and for over 50 years we have, introduced contemporary works, emboldened the American playwright, and just been a real support. Our mission is to create new works, musicals, that really encapsulate the breadth of the American landscape and experience. The Access program is something that we initiated in July 2023, and it is a program where patrons can sign up for free and access discounted tickets to the accessible performance of their choice, as well as receive information on our offerings and our programming. We created it to be a service and an accommodation, but beyond that, we wanted it to really be an ethos embedded within the full theater-going experience and ensure that the right people receive the right access information at the right time. So in terms of our accessible programming, we offer a number of offerings and services throughout the season, and we ensure that each accessible program, there is at least one per performance. So we offer audio description and touch tours for patrons who are blind or have low vision. We offer ASL interpretation and closed captioning via GalaPro. We also offer relaxed performances. Recently, during Hold Me in the Water, we also offered open captions throughout every performance that were in real time and pushed by one of our access assistants as the performance was taking place, and prepared them with Ryan J. Haddad, so he had a lot of creative control over it, and it was a really beautiful experience that anybody could show up and have access at any time. We chose to bundle our Access Passport. From the start, we knew that disability is not a one-size-fits-all, and access certainly isn't either. But what we did find was that audience members had this feeling of being seen and being heard and communicated with from the beginning. And by bundling them all together, audience members experienced a shared community, even if somebody else who was an Access Passport member had a different disability to them. And it's also that one accessibility offering might not be enough. You might need access to tons. So this was just a way of streamlining everything and ensuring that everybody has access to the information and they know everything that is offered here. When we were initially making the Access Passport, we did not just reach out to existing patrons. We also invited new folks. But what we did find was that the existing patrons who had been coming, our audience members who do have disabilities and required services, felt more informed, felt more included, and found Playwrights Horizons to be a theater space where they felt welcome. And it is a theater space that they wanted to choose now that this new Access Passport was being instated. And then the new folks that we reached out to, who perhaps did not feel included before, or perhaps didn't even know about Playwrights, also found Playwrights to be a space where they felt comfortable and where they felt welcome and included. That was the main goal of our Access Passport. It wasn't just about our pre-existing subscribers as much as it was, but we had found that audience members with disabilities at Playwrights Horizons was as low as 1%, and we wanted to build that because Playwrights Horizons is about making sure that theater belongs to everyone. And that was the overarching response we received from subscribers and new patrons, was that Playwrights Horizons and the works we put up belong to them, and they belong here. We worked with a lot of community partners to advertise our new Access Passport program. We had a lot of prior subscribers and audience members who had been accessing services on a request-by-request basis. So we reached out to them, and this really streamlined how we learned information, and the response was really well received. We reached out to various access providers, and we even went to just organizations that cater to accessibility. We talk with the Museum Access Consortium and presented our Access Passport at membership meetings. We table at the Disability Pride Parade 2 years running now, so that's a great way to reach new audience members. And the response has been overwhelming about people either not knowing about Playwrights Horizons or not feeling like they could be included, and it's just opened a lot of doors to new folks to join our community as well as pre-existing community members. In terms of marketing the program, community partnerships have been really important, and we have reached out to disability-led organizations, advocacy groups, and services all across New York City. We advertise the Access Passport along with our other season memberships, and we've created a really easy sign-up online that we really worked on the messaging for, so that it's not medicalized, it's not overly formal, it is welcoming and inclusive. The Access Assistants are a trained team, and they are available at every performance post-open to assist patrons prior to the performance, during, or after. They assist with the distribution of assistive listening devices, closed captioning, braille and large print programs, ear defenders, and fidget tools. Now, the Access Assistants are not at preview performances, but they are made available if we have a note in the Access Passport membership. We are working to get Access Assistants at every performance, but currently they are only available at post-open performances and accessibility performances. But overall, the Access Assistants are meant to be a friendly and informed presence that is there to assist everyone and help patrons with access needs. We had over 200 people sign up for an Access Passport in our first season, and we have just seen an overall increase in attendance at accessible performances. Most of the response that we have seen from Access Passport members is that they are more informed, they feel more welcome, and they are more interested in choosing Playwrights Horizons as a theater space. The information is more accessible, and they love to hear when things are coming out, and it's just been evolving, and we get more and more signups every season and every show. So it's just been a truly incredible experience overall. When we were developing the Access Passport, one big challenge that we realized and encountered is sustainability. These services take real staff time and training, and often tech and vendor costs. But if I were to recommend anything, I would recommend that you start with listening. Center the expertise of your audience members and your artists. And don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. If you have to start small, that's okay, but start. The Access Passport has also informed how we practice internally and is part of planning conversations at the start and ensures that accessibility is not an afterthought. Now, those both serve our audience members who are deaf or hard of hearing, but they are different. So closed captioning via GalaPro is a closed captioning service where patrons can access captions in real time on a personal device or a tablet that they have checked out from us. So that's really helpful in that we don't have to schedule anything separately. It is available at all performances post-open once the script has been frozen. Then we have ASL interpretation, which is more live. It takes a lot more coordination between interpreters, deaf artistic consultants, and the creative team. But it is something that just is more embodied overall, but they both have value. There isn't really a difference. One is not better than the other. It is about the audience member's needs, and that is all that it depends on. And that is our accessibility offering that serves anyone who would just benefit from a more flexible theater environment. We dim the house lights throughout the entire performance. We change sound cues, and we offer a space where it is okay, it is welcome to vocalize and move throughout the space. We have a break area, so if you need to leave the performance, you are more than welcome to do so. And we offer a lot of pre-show materials, such as social narratives and know before you go guides and sensory guides, just so people know what to expect in advance. There are a lot of relaxed performances for children, but there's not really relaxed performances solely for adults. And we are one of the few off-Broadway theaters that offers relaxed performances with the adult in mind. And the impetus for that idea was really that theater should be accessible to everyone. Everybody should have the opportunity to see theater and be involved in the entire theater-going experience from the moment that you hear about a show to the final curtain. And our relaxed performances are created so that anybody has access. We have had children come if the show is appropriate, but adults with sensory sensitivities or who are neurodivergent or experience anxiety, even adults who are interested in mask required performances, because that is another accessibility offering that is provided with relaxed performances at Playwrights, should be able to experience. So our relaxed performance is our overarching access offering that doesn't just provide access for one group of audience members, it provides access to everybody. The Familiarization Tour is a live, in-person experience that happens prior to the actual theatrical event. It is in person, and audience members can come and tour our space. So get a sense of the lobby, get a sense of the environment, know exactly who they are going to see, our front of house staff, our actors, and just really understand the space and know what to expect before coming. Prior to our live and in-person familiarization tour, we had our video tour, which we received a previous grant from NAMT, which funded this. And it is still live and on our website and is a digital form of access where you get a tour of the space, meet the front of house staff, know what to expect. So our familiarization tour and our virtual tour are both digital and in-person ways and access to our space and just a separate way to feel welcome. Our familiarization tour is by sign up. So you contact the accessibility email, which is accessibility@phnyc.com. You can leave a comment when signing up for the Access Passport. We do have patrons who have signed up for this Access Passport membership, and there is a space to add anything that we haven't already put into the actual easy sign-up process, where if you need a guided tour prior to every performance, if you need to see the stage prior to every show, that is available, and that goes into the notes of the Access Passport member. But we also offer that to anybody who isn't actually a member, but it is far more helpful if you have the membership and can put that in your data, so we can prepare and help audiences better. The grant allowed us to research access needs, listen to audience members, invest in new technology, and really help form this new inclusive practice. And usually it's very difficult to find funding for accessibility needs. So we are incredibly grateful to NAMT and their Impact and Exploration Fund for really helping us to change the culture and overall making Playwrights a truly inclusive and welcoming space.